Welcome back, Acadiana. Let's look at the latest drought monitor. Now we're dealing with extreme drought here in the state, and that's up to about 5%. And as you look further south into Acadiana, we got some clear spots in there, but we do have dry to at least severe drought for the northern regions of Acadiana. So in combination with dry or the elevated drought conditions, the gusty winds, and the low relative humidity, we are under a red flag warning. Now, this is only for a few parishes, including Evangeline, St. Landry, St. Martin, Iberia, and St. Mary parishes, starting tomorrow morning through the afternoon. So any fire that develops will likely spread quickly, so outdoor burning is not recommended. Now, it is also a wind advisory that'll go into effect tonight at 9 p.m. through Sunday afternoon. This is also for gusty winds, including the north winds between 10 to 20 miles per hour and those gusts near 30 miles per hour, but a few areas can get gusts up to at least 40 miles per hour. So definitely want to secure those loose objects, and this goes for mostly areas along I-10 and south, but also including St. Landry Parish in that wind advisory. So this is how wind gusts will look about 2:30 in the morning, anywhere between about 30 to almost 40 miles per hour gusts expected for tomorrow morning, but at least we'll start to see the gusts begin to ease further into the weekend and early on Monday. Now, we'll at least have some clear skies out there for the rest of this evening into tomorrow, but those temperatures will be a lot cooler behind that cold front, topping out only in the 40s, waking up Sunday morning. So this is about a 20 to 25 degree temperature drop from the 70 degree temperature that we had earlier this morning. And then for tomorrow afternoon, we only managed to get into the 60s for Sunday afternoon, and eventually colder air filters in Sunday night into early Monday. So we did break a record here in Lafayette of 83 degrees. So it did break the old record of 81 set back in 1917. We had a low of 70, and also normals will still well above that normal, but we'll get closer to the normal for tonight. And right now, those inland parishes expected to get into the low and mid 40s tonight along I-10, around 45 degrees to 46 degrees, and on coastal areas quite chilly there as well in the mid 40s. And then highs for tomorrow, big drop from 83 today, expected to be in the low 60s tomorrow afternoon. Lafayette will get down to about 61, Abbeville 61 degrees as well, and 62 in Kaplan. Now for Sunday night into early Monday, it'll be a cold start out there in the low to upper 30s, but Monday afternoon only managing to stay in the upper 50s for Monday afternoon coming up, but colder air arriving. This will be the coldest night out of this week in the upper 20s to low 30s. So may see a light freeze come about early on Tuesday, and that will be the last cold night that we'll see for quite some time. We'll manage to get right back up into the 60s during the overnight hours. So when do we typically see that last freeze or frost? For us, it's typically the late part of February. Further north into the state, they average their last freeze, last frost, that first to second week of March. So likely to see warmer temperatures here on out into March, but we can still get some cold spots in there before spring officially arrives in 26 days. Now, when it comes to that 10-day forecast, at least we'll have the sunny skies out there through at least Monday, mostly sunny by the time we get into Tuesday, but those temperatures are nowhere near the upper 70s until the end of next week, where we do expect another cold front to come through, bringing us some scattered showers, even those overnight temperatures quite cool in the 50s.